I've got to go and put my washing into the tumble dryer right now, so I'll be gone for like 30 seconds. There you go, have some of that.
I can't be the only one who feels like I'm going nowhere. Just wishing somehow this dream will carry me. And I'll swear just one last time. They say the world is yours, so I'ma make it mine. 'Cause nothing is stopping you. You could set the world on fire. Nothing is stopping you. And if I go out, I'll go out screaming. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or Cause nothing is stopping you. You could set the world on fire. Nothing is stopping you. And if I go out, I'll go out screaming. And if I go out, I'll go out screaming.
They vote Elite FPL.
And the gold award. This is the one. Elite FPL. Well done. Big shout out to you, man.
Your past won't catch you now.
Jason, any more final thoughts?
No, just to say thank you everybody and for all the support again. And Steve-O, he's a bit mean, but he means well. and I'm not going to rise to the occasion. He can bash my team as much as he wants, but I don't care. It just makes me stronger. Makes me more keen to stay above him on the tables. And I guarantee, the end of this weekend, you're going to be looking up to me, Steve-O, thinking, what am I going to have to do? What I'm going to have to do to catch him. See you later, dude.
Exactly. Cheers, Jason. Thank you so much. There was our co-host, Jason, there, bragging.
Everybody, how's it going, guys? RUK, good evening, Christoph Demu, Callum JB, Aman Dillon's there, Entuhuku. Semi Sweets there, hey Semi. Ni hao, how's it going, buddy? Jim Parry, Latic Man, Harry Dawson, Bad Man. DCL has pissed me right off, he says. Take a look at that, mate. Take a look at that, mate. You're not the only one that brought him in. Thank God for Bamford, eh? Magnus, good Munson there. The chat Scratch is there too. Hello, Scratch. Blues FPL, you need to get the spider in the intro. What do you guys think? Do you like the intro? Polaris, Dara there, Dara Brosnan, John McEwen. Karma, mate, how you doing, buddy? Kobe's there. He was really early to the stream, Kobe was. Blues FPL, Mr. A, Mr. Anderson. SK's here too. At least I got DCL's points from last week. It doesn't hurt as bad, I guess. No, it hurts the people that tried to be clever and beat the price rises, right? They're the ones that are really going to get hurt. Because, you know what? Transfers are precious. But you know what? As long as you can field 11 players this week, I think that's all you need to worry about. Because we've got injuries to Callum Wilson, injury to Antonio, even though I think he will play. Adamov there. Gundogan captain for me, says Toenail. Not a bad captaincy pick there, mate. The armband's on him for me for the moment. Get on the air, Marty, says Semi-Sweet Potato. What has he got something to say? Has he got something to say? Tonight, guys, we will be doing the usual. We'll be doing the usual laid-back, chill stream, talking about FPL, talking about football, talking about what other people are doing with their teams. Because I'm actually quite calm, you know, quite realistic about this game week. I'm not expecting a triple-digit haul, like 100-plus points, just because I've got 3 Man City players, one of which has only just come back into training. And I do feel that Diaz will probably play against Tottenham. Tottenham. Southampton. So it is Tottenham. Tottenham, then Everton. Why does it say Southampton? That's really strange. What's happening, guys? Anyway, tell me about what you've been up to this week. Austin Copley, good evening. Any news on Diaz? Yeah, apparently he's back in training, mate. Same with Aguero, who's had his second successful training session. So yeah, we'll just quickly go over the news, if you haven't been updated. So, Carlo Ancelotti, Everton, asked about Calvert-Lewin and Jordan Pickford. So much we don't care about Pickford, but we do care about DCL. Looks like he's both of them won't be available for the game on Sunday. They are looking at the next game on Wednesday where they think they will both be available. So essentially, guys, if you want to just have DCL in against the Man City game, then so be it. I'm not. I'm benching him. Tell me what you're planning on doing with him. Anyway, I'll turn the music down now, yeah. Got Sterling captain to Scratch. That's not a bad idea, mate. It's not a bad idea at all. Any news on Digne? I think he'll be fine, my friend. I do. Brendan Rodgers confirms that James Justin has sustained an ACL injury, out for the rest of the season. Where did that come from? That is mental. Guardiola. Rodri trained quite good today, and I think he'll be available tomorrow. Fernandinho is out. Ruben Diaz came back today, and Sergio Aguero made his second training session with us, except Fernandinho, Nathan and Kevin. I think the rest of the first team squad are available. So Diaz owners, you can breathe a sigh of relief. I think. Ex-West Ham employee on Twitter says that Antonio should, in abbreviated commas, be available for Monday. James Justin, I am so salty that I don't own him and been a beneficiary of his point hauls this season. I got rid of him game week 4, game week 5. I got rid of him. For guess who? Regulon! That really paid out, didn't it, guys? Come to me for FPL advice, where all the best transfers are discussed. We've got here on Reddit, they did a Sterling or Gundogan captaincy pick for predicted points, and it would seem that Sterling just edges it at 12.98 over Gundogan's 12.80. Some AI is calculated over at checkthechance.com. Big shout out to Ben Krellin, who's been absolutely the wizard at the spreadsheets as well, sorting out the double game weeks, the blank game weeks, and all that jazz in between. David Moyes has said that Mikel Antonio is doing well and will hopefully be close for the weekend after returning to training. Lucas Digne has retweeted a post touting him as a good pick for the game week. There we go, guys. Squawker Football tweeting out about him providing more assists than any other defender this league, Premier League season. And I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll be playing. Richarlison, Carlo Ancelotti coming out saying in a press conference that he's really pleased with Richarlison's performance against Tottenham. He had lots of problems in the first part of the season, but we can say he is back and we're pleased because he's really a really important player for us. So Richarlison owners, manager bigging him up before the game. There has been an update on Jota. Jota is 2 to 3 weeks away, apparently, according to Klopp. And Kite is in the final stages of rehab. Dread FPL there. How many people got tuning in? We've got 90 people tuning in, guys. It's awesome. How about Pereira? Leicester 5.9 now. Justin is out. Too much. No, Nico, I don't think it is too much. We all know how good a player Pereira can be. Obviously, he's come back from a very, very long-term injury. And, you know, essentially, with Justin being out, he might be a good value pick, even at 5.9. Because at the moment, let's be honest, a lot of people have got money in the bank because premiums this season just haven't been firing. So I don't think it's a massive amount of money. 5.9 under defender. And hello, Jones bloke. Got to feel for Justin. He had a shout for England at the Euros. Honestly, Justin's had it's been thrown into the limelight. He's been absolutely brilliant this season. And it's just sod's law that he's got himself an ACL. I'm playing Barnes or Mitchell over DCL now. Gutted Sterling captain mind. Badman's could be a good shout, mate. I don't know if I've got the stones to play Sterling. Funny, right? It was an unintended pun. Sterling, for me, is a bit... Depends where he plays. I know they got that thing where they alternate and they rotate between themselves up front, the front three. And if he hogs that left-hand touchline like he did previous games, I don't know. I think Gundogan, for me, is way more involved in the centre. And he makes the late runs in. I just think Gundogan's a better shout. Well, what's my transfer plan, Lucas? Well, unfortunately, mate, I made my 2 transfers. I brought Gundogan in for Maddison, and I brought Calvert-Lewin in for Brewster. So I did my transfers a couple of days ago. I'm not going to be stacking up on Burnley, put it that way, guys. I really hope it pays off for you. I really do. As rivals, I really, really, really hope it pays off for you. Hello, Gary. How you doing, mate? Thoughts on triple Captain Pope? Well, what's the worst that can happen? 12 points? I'm good, mate. 85-degree heat here today. Gary, that's the temperature of my shed. That's going to, in a few months' time in the summer. Could you imagine how hot this shed's going to get? But then again, if the insulation's good, it should keep the heat out, right? In theory. 85-degree heat, man. I hope you got yourself some proper factor 50 on or something like that. Not just out there baking. Am I going to play DCL or Bamford? I'm going to play Bamford, mate, to be honest with you. I just haven't touched my team. I will be playing Bamford. I will be benching DCL. Certainly won't be having him in against City. I don't think that Everton have got a hope in hell's chance to score against City. Yeah, it must be Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's not South. What's 85 Fahrenheit? Hang on, have I got this wrong all along? Oh, it's 29.4. That's still quite hot. That's 29.4 degrees Celsius. That's pretty decent hot. That's decent heat. Rip stream. I think the stream's still going, right? I've not had a single drop frame. I think it's all good. I regret spending a transfer on a Burnley defender. It feels like it's a transfer out very soon. I think you put it very nicely there. Steve-O did a member stream earlier, and he was pretty much well, almost like, why are you getting Burnley defenders in for? Yeah, double game week, but they're not going to get you the points you expect. Adamov, when will you play a song on your keyboard? I will write a song at 6,500 subscribers, so it could be a while yet. It's gonna be a hot. It's gonna be a hot box in the summer, says Disguise. Well, I've got the doors. I'll have the doors open, so we'll get some wind in here. Do you know? Get some wind going on. Well, DMM19. If you're gonna get a defender in, it's gotta be Man City or Burnley, right? That's the flavour of the week right now. Why do I see that? There we go. Let's get rid of that. Who am I captaining? I'm captaining one of Sterling or Gundogan. What do you guys think I should captain? I'll leave you guys to be in charge of my captaincy pick. Sterling or Gundogan? Neil there with $2 super chat. Neil, man, you don't have to do that to ask me a question. I'll probably answer it anyway. Justin to Shaw, with bench boost 26 in mind, or anyone else? Well, Luke Shaw is the best full left back in the Premier League, and you know, United's fixtures and his output. You know, I see Shaw getting you the points, mate. If you were to bring him in, I've got him in. Thank you ever so much, Neil. Sterling, please, says Lucas. Gundogan's more settled, says Austin. I went Gundogan, says Gary. Who's got the worst luck in the chat? And who are you captaining out of the two? I'm on Gundogan, says Karma Baby, but I would captain Sterling if it was my team worried about not having him. Sterling's got the highest ceiling, says Nihal there. Christoph went Sterling. Sterling? Okay. I'm a little surprised at that. Okay. Sterling is getting the... okay, right. Let's sort my team out, guys. Just for you. Here we go. Simon Bellamy, you better be paying close attention to what I'm doing with my team. Sterling. Captain. Calvert-Lewin. On the bench. Rudiger? Let's get the bench order right here, guys. What do you reckon? I think Arsenal are likely to score. Should we get a Rudiger first sub? What do you think? Against Newcastle at home. Rudiger first sub. Dallas and then Calvert-Lewin. That's how I feel I should line up. 80 points. 80 points right there. Hi Jason, hi Liam, how you doing, mate? Transfer done and my plan for the upcoming game weeks is set. Well done, mate. It's good that you got a plan, but be very careful about plans because plans this season don't seem to always go to plan. Roderick's there. Hey Roderick, welcome back to the show, mate. Polaris is saying that he thinks that Gundogan will get a rest. He's one of those players though, isn't he? He just keeps going and going and going like a Duracell bunny. Or is it Energizer? I can't remember now. Just keeps going and going and going. And you remember those adverts? I've got to have the worst luck in the chat, says Blues FPL. I benched 100 plus points in the last 4 game weeks. And captaincy failed in 8 out of the last 11 game weeks. And guess what, Blues? You're still playing, mate. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yes, you've lost out on lots of points, but... you've got the resolve and the determination to claw those points back, I'm sure. Madison and Stones, Nevis28 says, out for Gundogan and Digne. Oh, interesting. For a -4. Well, I think Digne will be playing. Will Gundogan play both games? You're doing a -4. You know what? I think just about it's worth it. Just. Denver says he's worrying that City will heavily rotate. Remember that they have 5 games in 14 days from now until they play in the UEFA Champions League. I mean, of course Pep will rotate. We know that. Lucas is saying he would go Rudiger over Bamford. What, against Arsenal? I think there might be goals in that game. Neil, mate, I really appreciate that. Thoughts on Ward Prowse? Great player, great set piece taker. In a not so great team. I'll be honest with you. If you fail to plan, you've planned to fail, says Brian there. Absolutely. Gundogan was subbed in the 60th minute. Same with Sterling, wasn't he, Lucas? Yeah, 100% he will start. So Lucas is saying 100% starting chance for Gundogan there. So he's confident. Energizer. Was it Energizer, Mr. Anderson? Oh, thank you. Gundogan will sub. Yeah, read that. I don't think Digne is worth a -4, but it could pay off over the next few weeks when they have another double game week. That's why I'm not getting rid of Calvert-Lewin, even though I don't want to take a hit. Will Raz play both games? I think if he doesn't play one of them, he'll come on as a sub. Don't know how people feel about that. I don't think he misses out both games. I think if he at the very worst, he'll have reduced minutes in the second game. Thoughts on Ashley Barnes, says Niraj. I mean, not for me, but I wouldn't discourage anyone getting him in. Burnley defenders for me, it's a dullard move. I wouldn't be going for that myself. But if you're going to go Burnley, I respect the Barnes pick, especially now DCL's out. Maybe you can throw money into Brewster to Barnes and keep DCL on the bench. Have I considered Captain Bruno? I have indeed considered captaining Bruno because West Brom are dire. And it wouldn't surprise me if a week where everyone's going to be looking at their double game week players and captaining one of those. You know, we've got people talking about captaining Pope, people talking about Captain Tarkovsky, you know, people talking about captaining, you know, Man City, you know, players that may not play both games. Fernandes, be the ultimate irony, wouldn't it, if he outscored everyone else against West Brom. Hello, Vince. I got Sterling, Loughton, and hope to replace Salah, Justin Maddison. Thinking Sterling captain. Well, I got Sterling, Loughton, and Pope replaced for Salah, Justin, and Maddison. Okay, yeah, okay. So you're getting Salah out. So you're a person that thinks that Salah is not worth his price tag, and Liverpool are an average team that's probably going to finish about 7th or 8th in the league at the end of the year. Go for it. Go Captain Sterling, mate. You got to do that now you've done those moves, surely. Kraus, Dallas, or Rudiger? Rudiger. Mr. A in the chat says it's worth to mention that City are playing two very good teams. Guardiola most likely to play his best 11. After that, there is a good opportunity to rotate ahead of the Champions League. It's a good point, Mr. A. Tottenham and Everton are two very good teams. Well, one very good team. Liverpool is blue, right, guys? Am I letting people on air? I am. Which will happen first? Brewster scores or Beetlejuice goes supernova? It's a bit harsh. Brewster will score a goal before now. What do you guys think of this? What are you guys doing with old Jesse Lingard anyway? You're not going to captain him? All the people in the Discord were raving about him like last week, and now everyone's gone all quiet. Come on. Let's see some captains of Jesse Lingard this game week. Be brave. Be brave. All of you guys, well, not all of you, but so many of you guys are going, oh yeah, getting in Jesse Lingard, gonna score me 15 goals this season. A boiler in the house broke and it hit -20 last night. What? -20? -20? Man, I thought I had it bad, like -4, like going out to my car. Or do you know what, guys? I have got to take my motorbike on Monday to go to work. I am really, really praying that it isn't -4, because I'm not going to be getting out of first gear. It'd be really funny if he hauls dread. I can clip it. Triple captain Lingard, go for it, Mr. Anderson. He'll be coming on, man, talking about how it all went wrong. Of course, could always work. I don't captain any West Ham players anymore. Haller and Antonio. Oh, Haller, guys, what was all that about? What a disappointment. Right, guys, we will be taking calls tonight. If you would like to get yourself in the Discord, the link is in the description. It's also in the chat. Just get yourself in the Discord. It's the place to be to talk all things FPL. There is over 2,700 FPL managers in the Discord at the moment. There's a bot that does everything FPL. It discusses statistics, it discusses players and heat maps and all the jazz, predicts scores and does all these awesome, amazing things thanks to Semi-Sweet Potato. We've also got a bot that gives you basically live scores of your team all the way through the game week and live rank checker. That's the word I was after. A live rank checker in Discord all the way through the week. And if that's not a good enough reason, you also have a chance to join the Hangouts and chat with all the awesome people in the Gulag. Where do you live? Northern Scotland. Karma Baby loves the player comparison bot command in Discord. He's been using it all week. Vince, it's so strange knowing that you're from Norway, even though you don't speak like anyone I've ever met from Norway. It's really strange. Bruno, 15 points. Gundogan, 4 points. Mark this post. There's Brian Marty McFly there. I've never experienced minus 20. I couldn't imagine what that sort of temperature must be like. I've seen those videos on YouTube where they go out and they just toss a cup of coffee. Toss a cup of coffee out into the snow and it freezes before it hits the ground. After listening, I feel that Bruno captain because he hauls my rank drops. Because if he hauls my rank drops, Gundogan is likely to get only 25% ownership. Also, Gundogan has hard fixtures. Have you been watching Gundogan this season, Austin? Can you arrange the bench Soufal, Rudiger, Bamford? No. Nose hairs get stuck together at minus 20. I couldn't imagine what it's like. I understand the red card for Thomas Souček still stands, but the 3-match suspension has been overturned. If true, you were partly correct in your assessment. Just, you know, I think it was a very subjective call. Today I went down to a park and played football, not with other people, of course. Just had a kick around with my family, and basically I'm not gonna kind of brag, but my first shot on goal hit the bar and went in. Okay, every other shot didn't do that. It was awful. And I slipped on the mud, and I feel my age now. I slipped on the mud, and I've hurt my back. And I'm like, oh, God. Just thought I'd let you know. It was a lucky shot, Rodrigo. It was one of those where you had to video record it. But I didn't have a video. I didn't have any memory of it now, apart from just this story I've told to you. Everton are terrible in defence, and Spurs are shaky as well. Gundogan is fine, says Blues FPL. Lucas says that it was minus 20 in Poland a few days ago. Was outside walking, you would survive. Poland gets to minus 20. You're closer to the equator than we are. Cold shower. I was thinking a hot bath, to be honest, Vince. Hello there, FPL JABT. Good evening. Let's get some callers on. First caller will be Adams Adam Blues FPL. Get yourself in the waiting room, guys, in Discord. Let me see if Adam's there. Good evening, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Yo, what's new with you, mate? Have you had a good week? So pretty average then. Lots of people having bench points. I mean, you're in the same boat as a lot of people. To be honest with you, it makes you feel a bit sick when you see those bench points. But logically, if you were to make the same decision, you would still probably pick the same players in your starting 11 anyway. It's not one of those situations where, you know, hindsight, you look back at it and you think, well, actually, that was the logical pick. Because I think a lot of the bench points were just, you know, players that you couldn't fit into your first team. I mean, have you got your team into the is that for your next week team, is it? Gameweek24 just posted. Is he there still? Adam, you there? Adam? Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. 2 seconds. Adam, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Talk again?
Hello?
There we go, the chat can hear you now. Adam, how's it going, mate? You had a good week?
Yeah, 56 points. I said 2 points under the average, and then I benched 36 points.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. Your team, you've posted it in your in the live team screenshots channel for next week. Who were the players with points on your bench last week then?
I had Martinez with 9 points. Lucky clean sheet, could have been a penalty to Arsenal. Stones had 2 points. He scored, but it was offsides, thank goodness. Gundogan with 13 points. He scored twice and missed a penalty. And DCL with 12. He got an assist and a goal.
Oh. What do you feel about... I mean, put that week in a box. Forget about it, because that's just bad luck. What do you feel about this week with these flags that you've got on your team, and with the news that Calvert-Lewin is out for mainly for the Fulham game, which everyone was expecting to reap points from. Obviously, Justin, you've got him in your team. He's out for the rest of the season. Wilson's also out, but you haven't got him in. What's your thoughts about this? I mean, Antonio, you confident he's going to play, and Diaz as well? Adam? Yo, Adam, I don't know what happens, man. You keep stop being able to talk after a little while. I don't know if you can still hear me.
I don't know why, but...
Yeah, are you confident that your picks there in Diaz and Antonio are going to play this week?
Yeah, I think Antonio's probably going to play. I mean, he's their only striker, so I'm pretty sure, unless they start Benrahma up top or something like that. And Diaz is the best Man City defender, and I think Pep heavily relies on him. So I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, are you confident that going forward that Calvert-Lewin will be back for that Man City game and it won't be a long-term injury?
I mean, that's what Ancelotti said, right? I gotta go off his word. I was kind of looking forward to playing him, but I guess I'm gonna have to bench him this week.
So you're saving a transfer, yeah?
No, I'm probably gonna get rid of Justin. I have 2 transfers this week, so it's probably best to use it.
Well, you're gonna use both transfers?
No, one of them. I'm probably gonna get rid of Justin.
So who are you gonna be getting in for Justin?
So, I mean, I don't want Burnley long term, but this week and next week, I think Loan's pretty good. The best defender.
Double up on
he starts. Yeah. I'd probably take Souček out of my team, play Loan, and bench Souček first sub.
I mean, that is, to be honest with you, look at the fixtures. Crystal Palace away, Fulham at home. I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet against... Steve-O doesn't think that they're going to keep a clean sheet against Palace. I'm the opposite. I think that their chances of getting a clean sheet are better against Crystal Palace without Zaha.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Than Fulham. I think Fulham are on the up, and watching them play, I think that they'll score against Burnley. However, you know, even if they get a clean sheet and then playing points as well, you're still probably going to get more points from those players. So I can understand the Loughton move in. I can. Some people doing -4s for Burnley. I wouldn't be advocating that, but certainly to use one of your transfers and then roll over your, you know, still then. So you got two free transfers and then using one and then having 2 free transfers next week with that Burnley player in. Yeah, I think that's a sensible move. Is there any other players you were thinking about, or was it definitely just Burnley?
So I mean, Aston Villa have decent fixtures, but these next 2, I think they play Leicester and. They play Brighton and then Leicester and either Everton or Sheffield in the double, which is possible, but it's probably just going to be Leicester. I don't want 2 Aston Villa defenders for then, but long term they're good and they play in 29, so maybe Target. But then I want Watkins as well, so I'm not sure about that. And then Shaw, I want him for the next 2 game weeks, but long term not great, so I think it has to be
Shaw?
Yeah.
It's his place to lose. I think he's pretty much set in that position, and they'll just use Tellez in the cup games.
Yeah, but after West Brom and Newcastle, he has Chelsea and Crystal Palace. He's probably going to concede against Chelsea. Then he has City. He's probably going to concede there, and West Ham. And then he has no game week 29. So long term, not great.
But it's not just about clean sheets with Luke Shaw, is it? This is attacking output. He plays so far forward. He's pretty much a winger for half of the game.
Against Chelsea, I don't think he's going to get anything. They're solid defensively. Against City as well, against West Ham as well. So,
well, yeah, Ole will be playing a slightly different tactic against the bigger teams, of course. But I still think that Shaw could be being overlooked. I don't normally advocate any Man United defensive players at all, but Luke Shaw is looking like something else this season so far, and the last few games is showing that he's pretty much, you know, almost a second or third player on the team sheet after Bruno Fernandes. Who do you think? So Loughton then for Burnley, is that
for
you?
Justin?
For Justin, yeah.
I
think that's pretty much a sensible move.
Long term, it's good, right? And then he plays in 29. So
yeah,
I'm not looking to wild card. I'm looking to wild card after 29 in 30, and then just set up a team for the rest of the season. So yeah, I think that's probably the best move.
Yeah, that's not a bad move. That's, to be honest with you, that's probably what I'm going to be doing as well, to be honest. I think you've got your strategy planned out, and the fact you've come on. Is there a question you wanted to ask, or was it purely just to tell me about your transfer?
Defensively, yeah. What do you think about Calvert-Lewin? Do you think he's going to be back?
I certainly don't think you should be moving him out of your team anytime soon. You've got the fortunate what's the word I'm after? Situation where you haven't got like a bench player that's just fodder. You know, you've actually got you've got Justin that's out now, but that's going to be remedied in this transfer for Loughton. You've actually got a very strong bench. And looking at your team, you've got Bamford, Antonio, and Calvert-Lewin. I think that is almost the sought after triple up in attack for a lot of players. So I certainly wouldn't be getting any transfer thoughts for Calvert-Lewin, and I do think he'll be back for Man City. Yes, I do. To answer your question,
that's good.
Yeah, I think Ancelotti knows the value in Calvert-Lewin, and from what I heard and what I've read, is that he felt a tweak and came off before it got worse. So
yeah,
it would
I
seem
saw that too.
It would seem that he's almost preempted it, and he's come off as almost a precaution. Yes, he has got a strain, but I think it could have been worse if he'd carried on. So I do feel that he'll be back for Man City. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then he's probably going to be third on my bench if he's just going to play against City. Probably not going to do anything there. So.
Yeah. I think that, like I said earlier on, Man City will dominate that game in possession. Everton will look to try and break on the attack, and I just don't see them having much success. I'm not a massive fan of Richarlison. Digne will be whipping those balls in, but I just don't see him scoring. I really don't without Calvert-Lewin. That's a massive knock to their confidence, losing him. He really is a talisman up front they all look for. I just don't see the same in any other striking option for them. But yeah, good. I mean, your transfer strategy is great. And the fact that you've got 2 free transfers next week, it puts you in a great advantage over other people. Doubled up on Burnley, mate. I hope it goes well for you. I know a lot of people are going to be doing it, and I'm just praying, from my point of view, that they don't keep 2 clean sheets, because we could start to see 100 points plus from certain players again, especially those people that captain Pope or Tarkowski. Who knows if they do go through it?
It's too risky, isn't it?
I think it is myself, but look what happened. Was it a couple of years ago with Brighton?
Yeah,
and they had the double game week. People were captaining,
Dunk or
Duffy,
something like that.
Yeah, it's just people are crazy. They do crazy things, but yeah, dude, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Cheers, buddy. You take care of yourself now. Vince is thinking about captaining Stones. Nigel, yeah, I think he is. Overlooking Fulham. Lookman for me. He's the only one. Villa won't be showing them any love this weekend, I can promise you that. 3-0 Villa. Right, so we've got FPL Ginge in the waiting room. We'll get FPL Ginge on. Good evening, FPL Ginge. What's going on?
What is up? I need your help. I'm crying, yeah? I'm not kidding. I'm literally crying. You can't see it, but I'm crying.
Why are you crying?
Just look at the team, man.
Martinez, yeah. Against Brighton, yeah, good.
Ignore the captain, yeah.
Okay, Cancelo double game week, yeah. Sufal, yeah, strong. Against Sheffield United, we got me double game week, yeah. Burnley player, standard. Wan-Bissaka, yeah. Against West Brom, guaranteed clean sheet, maybe. Stones, good. Fernandez, Grealish, Gundogan, Son. I mean, for me, it's your bench, isn't it? That's the thing. You really need Antonio to play. I think he'll play. But your team ain't that bad. I mean, you've got Son playing against Cancelo and Stones. I mean, have you got transfers, yes or no?
I've got 1 free transfer, and my question is to you, what to do for the future? I've got many different ideas, but I just want to see what another person's viewpoint, because you might have something different that I might have not seen.
Out of your players on the bench, who would you want to move on?
All of them.
All of them?
Rid. Not this week, but I'm saying like for future.
Yeah, what you would want to get Calvert-Lewin out? You don't think we're holding on to him?
So my thought of process was,
yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm doing it, but get rid of Zaha this week, take a -4, getting Kane, possibly, or Lookman, and then have Vardy in next week, or just keep the 2 free transfers and just wait till further information on double game weeks.
Sorry, I was just pulling up Calvert-Lewin's fixtures. So after City, they got Liverpool away, so it's not favourable fixture, and then they got Southampton at home, Chelsea away. So after game week 27,
eases up.
Yeah, it does ease up. So you've got problems there with Zaha. You've got problems with Wilson. Talk to me again what your plans were with Kane and Vardy. What was this?
So I'm going to take a -4 probably this week and get rid of Zaha.
Right.
And then I'll get in Lookman, that's his name.
Lookman. I think a lot of people are overlooking Lookman. Yeah, I like him as a player.
And then get rid of Wilson. Obviously it's an orange there, but obviously it's a red. And getting Kane. And then next week, go for Vardy.
What, getting Kane for this week?
Probably, but I know
No,
it
but
sounds
you're getting
stupid.
Kane in against. You'll be playing then Kane and Son against Cancelo and Stones.
Yeah, but it's a guaranteed striker to play.
Well, Antonio
Because
well, there's a good chance that I think Antonio will start, to be honest, against Sheffield United. And who are you going to bench if you brought Kane in and Lookman in?
I would bench. Oh, that's actually a tough one. Actually, I've not thought about that.
It is. It's a massive tough one. I mean, like, I'm assuming that you'd be playing Son. So then you'd be looking at what, Wan-Bissaka and Soufal?
Yeah, probably.
I think that'll
think
backfire,
about it
mate.
now.
Yeah,
So do you reckon I just save it?
You got two free transfers or one free transfer?
One.
So one free transfer, right? You could just plan and just take Zaha out and do the. Mate, if it was me,
The
I would
tough
probably.
one.
It is a real tough one. I mean, if you want to do Lookman in for Zaha and just play Lookman, and then bench one of Soufal, Wan-Bissaka and Son, and then put them first sub just in case that Antonio. No, you can't do that either.
It's so hard.
Mate, it is hard because the problem you've got is if Antonio doesn't play, no one's coming on for him.
Exactly.
Oh, it's almost like you have. It's almost like you feel like you want to do. It's almost like you feel like you want to do a striker transfer just to cover yourself. So maybe then do Barnes. What do you think of Barnes for Burnley?
Barnes for Burnley, nah, that's a no-go for me. Because I want someone long-term, sort of like, because that's why I was saying like Kane, because Kane's got
long-term then we got options.
Season.
Long-term, we got Watkins, we got Bamford. You haven't got in your team there two players that people will be jumping over. Could you just do maybe Wilson to Watkins or Wilson to Bamford? You know, because I see
Essentially, I could.
And then you could decide whether or not, and then I would probably just bench Son and play one of Wilson and one of Bamford or Watkins over Son, and then have Son first sub just in case Antonio doesn't play. That's probably your best bet.
That's not bad idea, to be fair.
Who are you going to be captaining?
Fernandez. Ignore the Ben Me thing. That was like a time ago. But it's probably between Fernandez and Gundogan, but I'm actually not sure, to be fair.
I mean, to be honest with you, mate, it's really unfortunate you've got Calvert-Lewin, Wilson, Zaha there, all pretty much flagged out for this. Calvert-Lewin probably will be back for Man City, but yeah, I don't expect much there. Yeah, dude, if it was me, it would be either getting in Lookman if you want to get that double game week player in, or I personally actually no, it wouldn't be. I'll be getting Watkins or Bamford in for Wilson, one of the two. That's what I would do personally. That's me. But I know you don't do things like a lot of people. You do your own thing, and it is a bit of a dilemma. But I don't see because I do see Calvert-Lewin playing against City. So even if Antonio wasn't to play, I still think you'll probably get 2 points against for Calvert-Lewin. So ultimately, I don't think it's going to matter. I think your best pick would be Watkins or Bamford. Toss a coin over it for that.
Alright.
But what are you leaning towards right now?
I'm not kidding. I just think Kane. I'm not capping. Just Kane.
What, downgrade Zaha to Lookman and go Kane?
I have enough money straight. For Kane. I have like 4.7 mil in the bank.
Oh right, okay, yeah, okay. So you're gonna get Kane for Wilson?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna. What are you hoping for? Are you hoping for Stones to score a header from a corner in that game and Cancelo to be the one that assists?
Because I want Kane now because I feel like his price will go up. But at the same time, it's like I really want to keep the double to see like what fixtures are going to be out. That's why. Because I'm not getting in Kane, but now's not the best shout. But if I wanted to get him in now, like he's the best thing because he's going to be starting.
Well, yeah, he will be starting this. Come hell or high water, he'll be starting games. I know that. I mean, look at his fixtures. He's got, after Man City, game week 25, West Ham away. Okay, good. Well, look at the fixtures.
All
Oh,
games.
great. Burnley, Crystal Palace at home, Arsenal away. Yeah. I mean, I see your thoughts. I see your logic in it. But could you not just wait till next week to do that move?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with the 2 transfers, because I could see then to change what I want and then make a plan after it. That's my mindset currently. But that,
So
people.
so the 2 transfers would be Zaha to Lookman and
Yeah,
Wilson
and then
to
Kane and then Vardy as well. I don't want Vardy.
So who are you going to do? Antonio to Vardy? Or were you thinking Calvert-Lewin
Not
to
sure
Vardy?
yet. Well, I have to do Calvert-Lewin, but I want Watkins as well. So
I think. I disagree. I think Calvert-Lewin is going to be really important to Everton going forward, and I don't see this injury, negating his output. I think he's going to come back and he'll still be getting the chances, scoring the goals. I just feel that taking Calvert-Lewin out just because he's missing a game against Fulham.
I just feel for me it's better options.
I mean, what's Vardy's fixtures?
Vardy's
Villa,
got
Arsenal.
good fixtures.
Yeah, but I was just wondering
After
if
that.
you could wait. I thought you could, if you wait till obviously Liverpool coming up, Aston Villa, yeah, Arsenal, yeah. I mean, could you wait till game week 27 to get Vardy in, or do you want to get him in for the Villa and the Arsenal game?
This is baffling my head. I don't know when to put the players in, because this is what I'm saying. If they've got good double game week players are out there with them 2-3 transfers, my ideas could completely just change. It's
Well,
now,
the way the
but
season,
when
the way
these
the
double
thing is,
game week fixtures.
the way this season is, you can't really plan 2 or 3 game weeks ahead anyway, because things are just coming up and problems are happening, injuries and all that jazz, and we're still in a blooming lockdown. I still think that, to be honest with you, your dilemma is unfortunate, but I think you're probably going in the right sort of mindset. Maybe Kane is a bit early getting him in against City. I'd probably just if you just do the Zaha to Lookman, and if you want to upgrade to Kane and then you want to upgrade to Vardy in the future weeks, I'll do the upgrade to Kane next week and then the upgrade to Vardy the week after. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
But I know you're going to do your own thing anyway, Ginger, and you're doing really well this season by doing your own thing. So take that advice with a pinch of salt, mate, and you continue to dominate your mini leagues and the overall rank.
Man's in no mini leagues, but we still do bits. Come on.
Yeah, get yourself in a mini league next year, then. Get yourself in. Yeah, we won a few of them, and you'll be doing really well in them if you were in them this year. But,
hopefully, Super Cup next year.
Yeah, well, don't talk to me about that. I'm doing absolutely awful in that. But anyway, I'm not meant to win it, really, am I? To be honest, it wouldn't look good if I did. Nah. Just throwing it on purpose. You had a good week, anyway. You had a good week.
Yeah, I guess so.
Looking forward to the weekend. You're going to be watching many of the games.
Yeah, and I'm off for half term now, so no more school.
What's the biggest game for you this weekend that you're looking forward to watching the most?
Probably the United game.
West Brom United game.
Yeah.
2 o'clock on
That's
Sunday.
probably my main one.
We've got some big clashes tomorrow, haven't we? We've got Leicester versus Liverpool, and we've got Man City versus Spurs. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I think Leicester could win that 2-1.
But this is what someone was saying to me. You could get Vardy this week because Vardy's probably most likely to score. Yeah.
Well, put it this way. I prefer the Vardy. If you said to me, I'll go Wilson to Vardy instead of Wilson to Kane for this week, boom, you're ahead of the curve and you've got the potential of netting some nice juicy points before everyone else starts jumping on Vardy.
Yeah, it's true.
Do like it. Do like that thought. Go to sleep on that. Wake up tomorrow morning and dream about Vardy scoring 2 goals against Liverpool. You know it could happen. You know it could happen.
What time is the deadline?
It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
Gotta wake up early.
Steve-O will be doing a stream tomorrow morning around about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Probably too early for you though.
Alright.
But you'll be able to catch it on the repeat, I'm sure. But Ginge, I hope you. I wish you all the best of luck for Gameweek 24, mate. Whatever you decide to do, and captaincy on Fernandes, I like it. There's a lot of people saying about Man City and Burnley, but Bruno Fernandes against West Brom
is the main one.
Staring you in the face, innit? Absolutely. Cheers, mate.
Yep. All right, see you. Bye.
Speak soon. Bye. What are you guys all talking about? Great discussion over Ginger's team. Yeah, thank you ever so much, One Life Soccer. Tell him to take some hits and finish his homework. Oh, I tell you now, to be honest with you, anyone that's doing schoolwork at the moment, absolutely take my hat off to you. Literally, must be very hard. Must be very, very hard. Bench Kane or Barnes, says Dion. I mean, I'm guessing you're talking about Harvey Barnes, not. Is me worth the extra over Loughton? He might get in the box more and have a bigger chance for a goal from a header. So again, in a season where money doesn't seem to be too much of an issue, then yeah, I would say he probably is. Harvey Barnes. Kane over Harvey Barnes. No, I'd play Harvey Barnes. I'd be playing Harvey Barnes over Kane. Yeah, definitely. Big game. Oh, cool. We got some callers coming in lined up. We've got Treaders, Mike McFly, Gazza, and Austin there. Get you on in a moment. The sheer excitement, says Connor McMahon in the chat. Yeah. Me or Loughton this week? I can't decide. Is it just me who thinks that Everton are going to be a bit tired? Not sure how to feel about Digne, but then again, it's a huge threat. For me, I couldn't care less, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once said in a famous interview. Couldn't care less. When are you going to play Match of the Day on your guitar? It's not really a theme that's well versed to be played on a guitar. The chords, it's not. I mean, you either play the chords or you play the tune. And if you play the tune, it's just going to be a couple of strings, right? So it's like, it'd probably be better to play Match of the Day on the piano. Play Match of the Day on the piano for you guys. I can learn that if you'd like me to. When I say piano, I mean keyboard, of course. Mr. Anderson says I can still catch up in the Super Cup. There's still a few weeks. I mean, there is, but I mean, we've had some absolutely ridiculous matchups and scores this season in the Super Cup, and I just seem to be on the opposite end of someone that's having a blind of a game week every single time. My mate had a crack at it on the guitar. I mean, I haven't got the guitar in here. I should probably get the guitar in here, shouldn't I? To be honest with you. And am I doing any watch along streams this weekend, guys? What streams should I do this weekend? What games would you like me to watch along to? Let's do a thing, shall we? Let's do a thing collectively where you can kind of give me my stream schedule for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, pick a game from Saturday, guys, first. What stream would you like me to cover, or what game would you like me to cover on Saturday, if any? Vince is like, automatically not United. We'll get Treaders in a second. City versus Spurs. City versus Spurs. City versus Spurs. Villa versus Brighton. Adam Off says. That's 8 o'clock. That is. It's an 8 one. Thing is, right, guys. I'm not gonna lie. If I did an 8 o'clock, right, I won't have an evening with the wife, and we're not able to watch much at the moment. We haven't been watching much at the moment, and we kind of have this thing where we try to spend a little bit of time together in the evening, and yeah, maybe the 8 o'clock one would be too late. City Spurs has definitely won it, I think, there. So City Spurs then, guys, 5:30 tomorrow. You gonna join me for that? Only say it if you're gonna join me, right? I don't want to be sat here on my own talking about City Spurs. Leicester Liverpool. Yeah, the 12:30 one is a juicy game. It is a juicy game. I don't own Vardy, and I feel like if I owned Vardy, I'd be well excited to watch that. Or if I owned Harvey Barnes, I'd still be excited with owning Harvey Barnes. I did get out Maddison, and I did bring in Gundogan. Looking back at it now, that was involving the Calvert-Lewin transfer. I jumped the gun on my transfers. I was stupid, really. Right, Treaders, let's bring Treaders in. He's doing really well this season. Treaders, good evening, my friend. How you doing, buddy? Mr. Treaders.
Hello, mate.
You alright, buddy? You alright, mate?
There we go. How's things?
Yeah, not too bad, man. It's been another week. It's finally Friday. The weekend is upon us. We've had a bit of a longer break this time from FPL, and kind of slows things down, gets people the ability to reflect upon their point scores from last week, gets people time to watch cup games and see their FPL assets score big or maybe get themselves injured. Some people sent their head spinning and made them into a blind panic. What about you?
Nah, just quite chilled, mate. Just go with it. Things are going well, so I can't really complain that much.
Yeah, things are going very, very well for you. And would you just like to remind myself, we had FPL Ginge earlier on, who's like in the couple of thousands. I can't remember what it's. Ginge, if you're in the chat, can you just remind me what your rank is? I forgot to ask you. You're like 2,000, right? Or 1,300, something stupid like that. Treaders, how are you doing in the overall rankings, mate?
Let me have a quick look. I'm at 18,000 at the minute.
18,000. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And where are you doing in the oh yeah, you are top.
Invitational.
You are top. You're top of the invitational, mate.
I am now, yes.
Oh, yeah, because I brought you on last time and I said you were top, but you weren't top, and now you are top.
Second,
there you go.
Second,
there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking with, ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking with number 1 in the Elite FPL Invitational, and I mean, I am 11th place, and I'm nowhere near you at the moment. I mean, it's catchable. 71 points.
Yeah, of course it is.
71 points. I could do it. Good chance I'm not going to, but you have used your wild card in game week 5, your triple captain in game week 9, your free hit in game week 11, your bench boost in game week 19, and your wild card in game week 21. Do you want to talk to us about using both your wild cards and your bench boost and your triple captain and free hit? Are you a little bit worried that you use them at the wrong time, or are you actually thinking, nah?
Probably not. I mean, my plan this year was always pick a team for the first 4 game weeks, wild card, and get the players in. Obviously, there's always cheaper players that come good very early on. Get them in before they rise too much, and then set out a long-term plan. The free hit was during the Villa and Newcastle game, where I had 2 Newcastle, 3 Villa in the side at the time. And it was just a case of, do I want to take -12, so I have to take another -8 to get them back? Not worth it.
Well, if you just bring up your team from last week, so you had 68, and you did have a decent amount of points on the bench with Calvert-Lewin and Justin, didn't you? But 68 points was still very good. I mean, for the game week, above average. Small green arrow, was it, or was it just?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a very small green arrow. Yeah.
So, looking at it then, have you posted your team for next week?
I haven't. Hang on, I will do it now. Let me just try and find.
Have you done any transfers to your team?
I have actually done one today. Yes, I took Justin out and put in Dallas.
Oh, right, okay. What, with the view to just bench him?
Well, obviously,
Are you gonna play him over Rudiger or Target or?
I had a plan. I had basically at work last night. I sat down and I looked at my team for the next 6 game weeks. Obviously, I've got no chips, so I've got to play it.
Yeah,
ever so slightly different. I put my team in the.
Yeah, I got it here, mate.
So yeah, I thought, right, I'm going to sit down and look at it, look at ways of potentially making transfers without taking the hits and still have 10, 11 players.
Yeah.
So the plan was not to take anyone out this week, but it's just a financial thing. That extra 0.1 could come in handy because I think Dallas might be going up tonight. Justin will certainly come down this weekend. So it's more of a money thing. I think I've narrowed it, so I've only got to take 1 -4, which I can take in the next 2 weeks.
Are you really going to play Mitchell over Dallas?
Yes.
Are you really going to play Mitchell over Maddison? I think that's madness.
No.
You think Liverpool keeping a clean sheet in that game?
I think it'll be a very low scoring close game. I think you've got 2 teams that will not want to lose, which normally means boredom.
I think that Liverpool defence is there for the taking, mate. And with Vardy back and Maddison on form,
in all fairness, you can look at it the other way and go, well, if Justin's not fit, who's going to play at left back? Christian Fuchs.
Yeah,
Salah could have his trousers down, couldn't he?
He could, but then I see goals on both teams. I think it'll be personally. I think 2-1 to Leicester, but yeah, I mean, everyone's got their own.
I think it'll be a close game. It's just for me. I think both. I mean, if Liverpool lose again, that would be a disaster. Leicester are very much a case of we'll pick the right teams to beat. They're very good at that.
Nick, you've also got to be very careful about what I say to you because obviously I'm trying to catch you in the Invitational, and I would love you to drop points. So
to be honest, mate, I put Mitchell. I'm looking at a lot of people that are on like Burnley assets this week, and I don't understand what the
love.
The big. I think because obviously they've got the double, I can understand that. But apart from Pope, who else is from?
I'll tell you a little story about our FPL friends and wider audience and community, shall I? Normally, what happens is you either see the people that look at the fixtures and double game weeks and they just get players in regardless, or certain content creators say things about players and everyone starts to say the same thing. It becomes an echo chamber, and then Twitter starts to go off, and then everyone's talking about Lingard this, Lingard that. Sorry, I keep referring to Lingard. And now they're talking about Burnley and about double up on Burnley. But guess what? Rudiger at home to Newcastle. Spoiler alert.
I mean, I could throw something out there and
Burnley.
go. I think that if Mitchell plays against Burnley, he scores more points in that one game than someone like Ben Mee does in both.
So, you don't rate Burnley's chances against Palace then?
I think Palace will probably win 1-0. Zaha will get a penalty or dive.
Zaha's injured.
Okay then. But I still think they'll win.
But for me, Palace are toothless at the moment without Zaha, and I feel that it could be a 0-0, personally.
Well, that suits me very much. Down to the ground. I'll take it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose you're right. Your Mitchell bonus points. That'd be hard.
Well, 0-0. He's got a chance, hasn't he?
He has got a chance. I think you're doing things right. You're top of the invitation. You're doing really well in the overall rankings. Much like Ginger was on earlier on, who's also played this game slightly off centre this season, not done and jumped on the bandwagons necessarily. And I think that your team's set up very nicely. You've gone with an armband currently on Sterling. Is that likely to stay there, or are you going to be swapping between him?
Always, yeah.
You got the vice on Fernandes. You've not considered captaining him?
No, I don't think so. No, I just think Sterling has protected. That City side just looks so good, don't they? They just they just look so good all the time.
They're going to win the league. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I just feel that every other team is just nowhere near them. It's just there's a massive void between City and second place in the table. I'm just trying to find what the latest is. Sorry, because we're talking about Zaha being injured. Amit in the chat was going to say, Zaha injured? Really? Yeah, he is. I'm just trying to find out what the situation is. Don't know if anyone in the chat knows, but he is out. Sorry. I would try to get some information on that.
Oh yeah, no, he is out. Yeah, I've just looked in the Gameweek24 update things for the every team. He is out, but in which case it probably will be a boring 0-0. It's not exactly the most exciting game of the weekend, is it?
No, I don't think it will be. I'm just looking at what the situation, what the latest news is on Zaha. It's obviously hamstring related. And there's no real time period on that. From what I can see, I don't know if anyone's got an update, but yeah, Zaha I don't think will play in that game. Why Sterling over Gundogan?
It's a good question, really. I don't know.
Is it the price?
I always think if I'm going to go with an attacking player, I want someone who is, you know.
Because for me, watching Man City, Gundogan looks really threatening. He's always in the places where Aguero used to pop himself, find himself. He makes late runs into the box. He's very advanced, and Sterling's normally wide left, and he cuts inside, of course, twinkle toes into the box. But I think, for me, is it the mentality of Sterling is a premium price player, therefore I should probably captain him? Or even though Gundogan is keeping up with Sterling's sort of point score, if not exceeding it, and it's almost like, I don't know if that comes into play slightly. I mean, I'd be interested to know, deep down in your conscious, do you kind of look at that and say, well, Gundogan's a cheapie and I don't really want to captain him?
I mean, potentially, I'm probably is, without even realising. I mean, to me, I think Gundogan's playing like he's £8-9 million in the game, Yeah. And I think people would still pay that if he was that price at the minute.
I mean, I think, definitely 8 million. I think people still would be getting him in. I mean, it's just the whole rotation. But for me, I mean, Pep's seen Gundogan, and he's the sort of player that will play both those games quite easily. Doesn't seem to get fatigued, does he, Gundogan?
No,
he's just an absolute machine. What are the guys in the chat saying here? So check out for Gundogan standing. People talking about Burnley again. -4 for Burnley.
Everyone loves Burnley, don't they?
Don't do a -4 for Burnley defenders, mate. They're not gonna score a goal, and they're not gonna keep 2 clean sheets. It just ain't happening. All right. Don't upset yourself. But dude, your team looking pretty solid. Let's quickly scroll down to your bench. Maddison down. It's Mitchell for me, mate. I just don't like that Mitchell Burnley. I hope it pays off for you.
I'm chasing differential.
Chasing who? I mean, I took Maddison out, so he's bound to bang now. I'm telling you now. Maddison against Liverpool.
To be fair, Maddison probably will come out for me next week. I think him and Calvert-Lewin are pretty much certainty to come out next week. So
100% Sterling captaincy, interesting, good information there. So, I mean, Watkins
we could be saying this. Mitchell could just get benched. Mitchell could get benched, and then I could have Maddison.
Yeah.
It's the good thing about Mitchell is I think when he's been on the bench, he's never come on this season. So he either starts or he doesn't come on. pretty much. That's what I'm going on.
What's your plan for the double games transfer strategy for 29 onwards then? Because obviously you've used all your chips.
Obviously I want to get Leeds in, preferably for the blank. So Maddison to Rafinha could be a shout next week, just to start getting 1 or 2 in. Again, I like Brighton for the double at home to the blank. Sorry, at home to Newcastle. Newcastle without Wilson. For me, just means that you could probably sneak in with maybe even 2 Brighton defenders for the blank. Yes, obviously because I haven't got the chips, I'm having to look forward without.
That's
I've got
going to be your
tied
bench,
up.
isn't it?
I've got
You're going
tied
to
up
have to
in
make.
Salah and stuff, so I don't really want to move them on. But
You don't want to move Salah off.
No. It's more of, do I want to take Salah out and then have to buy him back for 0.5 million extra later? So I've got
when Jota's
I've
back
got a
in 2
plan.
to 3
I've
weeks,
got a plan of everything, all the way up to 31, pretty much, of what I'm going to do. I only need to take 1 hit.
How many players are going to be? How many players are you going to be fielding in the blank?
11.
Okay. Cool. And you can do that all on transfers. And how many
I can
hits?
do that all on transfers, and I need to take maybe 1 hit. And the only reason I'm taking a hit is because I want Kane in for 26.
Decent. Okay, Nick. Well, it sounds like you got your strategy, mate. I hope no injuries start to throw any more spanners into the works.
We can hope and pray, can't we?
Yes, yeah. And keep doing what you're doing, mate. Your team's looking very healthy. Play Maddison over Mitchell, please. If not, then
no. We'll play Mitchell, and then next week, I might, especially if a couple of Burnley defenders have a 2 and a 2, and Mitchell sits there with 6 and bonus points, then I might have something to say next week.
Sounds good, man. Thank you, Nick, for coming on.
Cheers, mate.
Look after yourself, mate. Stay safe.
And you, buddy.
Right. I just read something in the chat a moment ago. Firetog has shared a story from earlier on today, and he's obviously shared it in public, so I'm going to read it out because that is absolutely... where is it? There it is. Gotta wait a few seconds. YouTube, if you're watching this, why when I minimize YouTube Studio do you pause the chat? So when I bring it back up again, I've got to wait for like 3 minutes for the chat to scroll down again. Why? Come on. Stupid feature there, YouTube. The new live dashboard is... it's crap. Somebody got promoted in YouTube and introduced this live dashboard. I guarantee it. Someone got promoted over this. It's rubbish. Hello, Joggernauts. How you doing, mate? Sorry if I didn't read out your name. Christoph. John McEwen's there. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the chat to catch up. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, you minimize it and you think, right, I can just bring it back up. So Firetog was out on a walk. That's what all I read. Something about him going on a walk and he's ruptured something because he fell whilst on Discord. What? Firetog, get on Discord and tell me what happened, man. There we go. The trip that I had this morning whilst on Discord and walking the dog, I ruptured my meniscus. What is the meniscus? What is that? Ruptured my meniscus. Knee. Oh, wow. Oh. So it's a ligament. It's the ligament that connects the knee. Ow. That must have absolutely been... wow. Excruciating, man. Hang on, let me finish off this. Just had 50 mils of blood drained from the swelling, I'd imagine. The swelling of your knee. Don't discord and walk the dog at the same time. I was expecting you to say the dog like pulled you or something. What did you do? Did you walk? Did you kind of hit a hole or something when you're out walking? Like, because to jar your knee like that must have been pretty serious, man. So, Mr. Firetog, I know you're there in the chat. It looks like the chat are all wishing you well, my friend. And are you having to have crutches now? Then you can't. Surely you can't walk. You can pop out the chat to avoid that. Karma baby, yeah, I can do that. But then that's just another window that I've got to manage. But then I could probably just put it into OBS. But you know, I'm just. Get better soon, Mr. Firetog. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do, mate. Knee jerker says bad man. Hope you can find the funny side of that statement. We were in our usual morning Discord session. Did it happen during? Did Firetog just go quiet for a long period of time? I imagine. Wow. Steve-O is all good, Mr. Fozzie. Steve-O will be streaming at 7:30 tomorrow morning. As soon as he wakes up, he's got a day off tomorrow, Mr. Steve-O. He told me earlier on he'll be streaming about 7:30. So it's scheduled, I think. The stream is scheduled for tomorrow. So make sure you guys, if you're awake, please get yourself ready for that. He'll be previewing the games and going over the history. George is like, get some more callers on. I'm gonna go and get a cup of tea, mate. You guys can talk to each other in the chat. It's fine, I'll get a caller on just for you. Just for you. Good evening, Firetog. You must have heard. Oh, hang on. Good evening, Firetog. You must have heard me ask you to come on.
Yeah.
Man, what on earth happened, dude?
So every morning when I walk the dog, I go around like a nature reserve, which is up and down some hills. It's a bit rocky. It's uneven. But I'm on Discord with the guys, Vincent, Dread, and Blonde, and everybody else, just chatting away. Normally I'm on mute because it's a bit windy or whatever. So I just, as I was going along, I wasn't really watching where I was going, and I tripped on a rock, and it made me like my reflex my leg. I've had a bit of sweating.
Wait, hang on. Just slow down. You stepped on a rock.
No, I just tripped over a rock.
Oh,
so
right, yeah, okay.
It's very rocky in the area I'm walking on, and the rocks are kind of the same color as the pathway. So I didn't see this rock that was sticking up out the ground. And for the last 2 months, I had a bit of a swelling in my knee. So there's something going on in there. There was something, there was probably a problem. But my reflex was to bring my foot up towards my butt, which was towards my bum. And it was obviously went up too fast and jerked my meniscus, which is like a lining around your knee. So yeah, it was effing painful for like, I don't know if those guys heard me swear when I did it. But then, after like a minute, I was back walking the dog, and it seemed fine.
You were able to walk?
Yeah, I was able to walk, and I didn't feel like any pain after that. But when I got home, it just started to swell up like a freaking balloon.
Right. So essentially, the moment where you didn't feel any pain, you probably didn't realize it, but you're probably doing a lot of damage, right?
So so I'm guessing it ruptured. So at that point, it didn't hurt, but there was blood coming out of it. So when I got home, my knee was swollen with blood, and I couldn't move. I couldn't really bend my knee for the rest of the day. So it just happened. I had an appointment with this doctor anyway for my knee, because I had been having problems with it, but nothing like it did today. So yeah, he drained. So he was expecting to see some kind of like, I don't know, swelling fluid, but when he took it out, it was all blood. So basically, it's like, oh, you've ruptured something.
So what's the kind of recovery period for this then? Now?
So well, MRI now to see what damage has been done. If it's not, I'm assuming there's some significant damage with all that blood.
Yeah.
probably surgery to repair it.
Right.
I just googled it when I got home. You can if it's not bad, then you can 8 weeks to recover itself. It'll repair itself. But if it's a big tear, they're going to have to go in and repair it. So
is there a chance that you could have damaged that meniscus before you ruptured it? You could have had damage to it previously.
I've been having problems with it. Then you go in and get your cartilage cleaned up. So I've been having some issues, and they thought, they'd been putting me on anti-inflammatories and stuff. So it was a consequence of already having a bit of a problem that trip, extended it and made it significant. So yeah, don't Discord and walk your dog at the same time, basically. Watch where you're going.
Wow. Well, you say that. I mean, it's just, it's. I guess you see people with their phones walking down the road, walking into lampposts and stuff like that, or stepping out in front of traffic. You don't expect that to happen out. Were you by the cliffs?
Yeah, on the cliffs.
Oh, you need to be careful on cliffs, Firetog.
Oh, well, it's not on the edge of the cliff.
Mate, Dread is saying that you're now flagged for injuries.
No danger.
Well, what did the dog say? What did the dog say when you were...
But it's a nature reserve that goes around the cliffs. She just looked at me like, what the hell are you crying for? I wasn't crying, but what the hell are you screaming for?
Well, yeah, I can
Actually, I've
certainly understand.
Go because somebody just turned up to my house.
Thank you. No, you look after yourself, man. Speak to you soon.
I'll catch you later. Bye.
I didn't even get a chance to say speedy recovery, but you heard me say it. Right, let's bring on Gaza. Good evening, Gaza, my friend. You've been waiting a long time. We'll get Austin on next. Good evening, Gaza. What's up, mate?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
You had a good week?
Yeah, it's okay. On half term now as well, which is very nice.
Half term? So are you in school?
Yeah.
What year?
12.
How are you finding it?
I mean, it's okay. I'm just looking forward to going back to proper school and seeing my mates again, to be honest.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it, mate, to be honest with you. I'm lucky enough that my daughter is not at the age of having to be homeschooled. She's actually able to go to preschool. But I can only imagine that it must be very... how the word would be, almost like... I want to say kind of like a bad way of learning. Does that just for me? I wouldn't be able to learn like that. I'm a very practical person. Do they? Yeah. I mean, we've spoken in the past to people that do education over the internet and stuff. Do they? Mm-hmm. Do you still do practical stuff, or is it purely like listening to a lecturer and reading from a textbook?
It's all like textbook stuff. So it's a bit annoying. But we're going back to school next month at some point, so it's not going to be much longer.
Well, the summer's coming. And what I can see happening is, and we all know the warmer weather's going to come sooner, hopefully, rather than later, and we'll start to see more outdoor things, like groups of people spacing outdoors, because that's the problem at the moment. Bloody -4, you can't really do anything like that, and like things like meetings and stuff like that can be done outdoors. Classrooms, this is what I didn't understand. I mean, you might be able to shed some light on this. Earlier in the year when they locked down, were they doing outdoor classroom sessions, or was that something you kind of, because I remember doing that in school when I was younger, but are they not taking advantage of that, or is it just not?
Well, in the first lockdown,
well, in school,
from March to September, I had no school at all because my exams were cancelled. But then when I went back in September, from September to December, it was completely normal. So it was just normal lessons inside.
Yeah, I remember them saying that they wanted to keep all the kids back to school. I remember them saying
that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so you're kind of waiting. You're just waiting for them to give the go ahead now. To see your mates again, because it's I guess you just see your mates through playing Call of Duty or something, right? That's that's pretty much as close as you can get to hanging out with your mates at the moment, isn't it? whereabouts in the UK are you living?
North London.
North London. We've spoke before, haven't we, about this?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. It rings a bell now. Yeah, I mean, this is the worst part of the year, the cold weather. This is the season for all these nasty bugs and viruses and stuff. So I think once we get into spring, we can start to look forward to not only getting people outdoors and getting people together again, because it's so important that we have that, but also the schools, because, you know, I do feel like there has been, I've been listening to the radio and I've heard, you know, young people of all ages come on, and they effectively think that this is almost a year that they've just lost. It's almost like a year out of school. Do you feel the same way, or do you feel that you have sort of had enough to kind of move on forward with your studies?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've been affected too much. I think it's been worse for like other years, but I think it'll get normal pretty soon, so I'm not too worried. Yeah,
that's good, man. I'm genuinely curious because I'm sort of in a bubble at home. I don't speak to anyone that's in, you know, secondary school or further education, so I don't know what the circumstances are. And I don't even watch the news, to be honest with you, because the news is just like,
it's depressing.
It's depressing. It really is. So it's so sorry. I do apologize to bring it up straight away, because I am genuinely
that's fine.
Genuinely curious. But yeah, your week's been all right then, and looking forward to the weekend of football and
loads of football coming up. It's great.
Yeah, well, that's at least we've got the football, right? It's really good. So your team is in the live stream screenshots. I've got it up here. How did you do last week, Gaza?
I got 78 points, so I got another green arrow, which is nice.
Very good. And where does that leave you in the overall? Are you paying attention to that? Are you concentrating on that?
Yeah, I'm 120k.
Very nice. Yeah, it's very decent. So your team's up on the screen here. You've got Antonio. You've got so I think Chris Wood is going to be. Why have you got him on the bench? Is he out?
Well, I think Daesh said in his press conference that he's a doubt. So I'm not sure. But I'm planning on using my wildcard next week, and I've got 2 free transfers and 4 mil in the bank. So I'm planning on doing my backup keeper to Pope and playing Pope ahead of Martinez, and then doing Wood to Cavani and playing Cavani over Son.
Taking a double game with player out to play for Cavani.
Well, I don't know if I just think Wood will only play against Fulham, and I think that Cavani against West Brom could just be carnage.
I don't know what the latest is. You said that Daesh has come out and said
he's a doubt, and normally when Daesh says that, it normally means that he won't risk the player. But I'm going for Cavani because I want to bring in someone that's a bit of a differential before our wild card.
Cavani is, I mean, for United, a breath of fresh air. I'm going to say it now. He is that intimidating. I said it weeks ago. He is that intimidating player that defenses hate to play against. His movement is beautiful. He makes the right. He's fluid. He hangs on the last man. He drops back. He knows when to go. He's always kind of in the right position, and he's lethal with his head. And I just think it could be like, I mean, someone is saying, Bilal in the chat, Cavani is a great pick. Cavani, you know, he's got to be the main man up front for United. Like, you know, barring any injury or fitness concerns, he should be there every game in the starting 11, in my opinion. And Chris Wood's doubt against Crystal Palace,
because
I would say that Cavani's probably got the higher ceiling. Yes,
the
I
other
would
thing
agree
which
that.
I could do is I could bring in Rashford for Son, but Rashford played 120 minutes in the cup.
Yeah, I
So
don't think that
bring
matters,
Son
mate.
On wild
I don't-
card the week after. But I was also thinking I could just get rid of Antonio for Cavani and play front three of Bamford, Wood, and Cavani, because I'm not sure about Antonio this week. I think Moy said he's probably going to play. But
He should be playing.
Yeah.
Barring any late concerns, I don't see him being benched. At the very least, I mean, I'm going to put myself out here now for criticism for sure, but I think that he'll just play 70 minutes if there was any like sort of fitness worries or concerns. I think he'll start that game. I would, if I was bringing Cavani in, I probably would be going Wood to Cavani over Antonio to Cavani.
Okay.
It's just interesting though, because you've got Wood there who's doing the double game week. Are you? What's your thoughts on Son versus your Stones and Cancelo?
No, I'm not going to play Son. I'll bench Son because I'll bring in
for Wood,
Cavani for Wood, and then play 3-4-3.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. Because the other thing which I could do is take a -4 to do Son to Rashford as well. Have triple United attack, and bench Antonio. But I just
and you said you're going to
triple...
wildcard Son back in. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Right. So wildcarding next week. Okay.
I don't know.
So let me recap this. You talked about Fabry to Pope and playing him over Martinez.
Yeah.
So you got the double game week double up with me and Pope, and then go. So would that be inclusive of your transfer Cavani in for Wood, or Cavani in for Antonio?
Yeah. So my planned transfers were just to do Fabry to Pope, and Wood to Cavani, and that's 2 transfers.
And you've got the 2 transfers. As a big United supporter, I love the Cavani move. I really, really do. It's Antonio or Chris Wood in it. Who do you do it? Ask the chat. Antonio at home to Sheffield United, probably going to start, may not play the 90, or Chris Wood away at Crystal Palace, at home to Fulham. Good chance that he's going to feature in at least one of those games. What do you guys think? I think it's a tough one, personally. I really do. I would say Antonio is more of a favourable pick for me.
Yeah.
Wow, here we go. Lucas is saying Wood out. Badman is saying Wood out. Niraj is saying Wood for me. Antonio. So I think...
No, some Antonio. I'll have to sleep on it.
No, I think they mean keep.
What, keep it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
It's the chat all saying keep Antonio.
Yeah, they are saying Wood out. A lot of the chat are saying Wood out. It's a real tough one, mate. Like...
Yeah.
If you've got Fernandes there, you're looking to bring in Cavani. You got the transfer available. You're going to wildcard next week. Yeah, it could pay off. I think definitely that could pay off. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fabry to the Pope move, understandable. And the Cavani pick, I like it. It's different, and not everyone's doing that. So yeah. And green arrows hopefully for you, man. What's the chance? What's the percentage of you doing those moves right now?
Fabry to Pope and Wood to
it's pretty much
Cavani. That's like 90%. I'll do that.
Well,
I'm 100% captain and Gundogan.
100% captain and Gundogan. I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. Not worried about rotation.
No.
You're talking about Man United against West Brom. You're almost thinking about tripling up against West Brom, but you're still thinking that Gundogan is the man.
Yeah, because
almost feel like if you're going to bring Cavani in that sort of fashion, taking out a double game week player for Cavani, feels like you got a captain in, mate. No?
I'm not a big fan of captaining strikers. So I just think just the 1 point less for a goal. And I don't know. My voice will be on Fernandez, but
it won't matter. Yeah. It's a good dilemma to have, mate. And I feel that your moves are sound. They're not out there. Cavani is a massive differential this week against a really poor West Brom. So yeah, best of luck if you do it, mate. And let us know how you get on.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks,
Gazza, man. Thank you for waiting, man. I know you've been waiting a while. Cheers,
no,
dude.
no problem. Cheers.
What do you reckon, Vince? Cavani this week? Oh, John W says he's done Cavani too. Right, we've got another guest coming on. His name is Mr. Austin. And then our final guest will be Marty McFly, aka Brian Tavares. Good evening, Mr. Oh, hang on. Good evening, Austin. How you doing, mate? Oh, hang on. He's gone again. Austin, hello. You there?
Yeah, good, thanks.
What's happening, dude?
Not quite a little bit. I've got a couple questions to ask.
Have you been on before? I don't recognise your voice.
I think I've been on with Steve-O, I think.
Oh, sorry to hear that, mate. How did it go?
Well, every time I've been on, it's not paid off. Because I was about to bring in Holding that 1 week when he got 15 points. And
it's not paid off because you've not listened to Steve-O, or it's not paid off because you've listened to Steve-O?
Because I've listened to him, it hasn't paid off 7 weeks. I thought I'd try you this time, see if it's any better.
Right, okay. So this is your team up on the screen here. Diaz, don't worry about that. He's the main man at Man City, and Pep knows he's important in that centre-back position, so that can be ignored. Antonio, I've got him also. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. You've put Calvert-Lewin third sub. You've got Soufal and Mitchell on your bench. You're not going to be like Nick Treadwell, who's playing Mitchell over every man, Tom, Dick and Harry in his team. What is your dilemma then?
Well, it's actually Soufal, I think, because I feel what is one of those attacking players like a Son or one of these who's playing a tougher team. Normally, one of them, because every week I've been getting it wrong. Who I've captained and who I've played, and I feel like Soufal, he's almost guaranteed. I feel like West Ham have been very good at the back, and I think they did look good against United as well.
Yeah, if this was me, I'd be playing Soufal over Son.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I'm a great believer that Tottenham are going to be under the cosh for large parts of the game, and I think the quality that Diaz brings, the it's a pretty tough defence now for Man City. It's tough cookie to break. And,
yeah, definitely.
And I just don't think, even with Kane back in the team, I really don't think that they're going to score. And, Soufal against Sheffield United, I think there's a high potential of a clean sheet there and possibly an assist. So, you got to look at that sort of, yes, Son is the premium player. Son has been very good at spells this season, but you've got to look at the fixtures as well. You've got to look at the overall picture, and the overall picture is that on paper, Soufal is more appealing, and I think you kind of erred on the same sort of thought process, really, and you just kind of wanted to hear someone else say it. Is that right?
Yeah, because obviously Kane, when he is in that Spurs team, they're that million times better, but it's whether against, especially with them conceding 5 goals, is Josie going to tell them to sit back, especially with that, because I know we weren't happy with that result, was he?
No, he was. He's not. No, he was not happy. But if you start saying to Tottenham, go out and try and express yourself, go out and try and attack Man City, what's going to happen?
They're just going to get... Well, Gundogan's going to get a hat-trick, which will be
absolutely smashed. They're going to get absolutely destroyed.
It's just that one chance, I think, that they might get a counter-attack, and I think we've all seen it where without Harry Kane, they haven't quite had the quality to find that pass, but it's just whether they have that opportunity.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't own Son, so it's not a dilemma that I've directly had to confront. But I do feel that when I do feel like it's easier to give advice than take your own advice. And
yeah, well, I think it's better you saying about like benching Son, because it's a bit of a brave move without anyone else that going.
No, you know, whenever you bench a player like Son, you've always got to take into consideration how you're going to feel if he does get a goal. But you don't forget, you're also looking at the potential points from Soufal. I mean, it could end up being one of those where they even each other out. I mean, if Son does get a goal, you know, I don't think it'll be the only goal in the game. I don't think he'll be getting bonus 3, and I don't think I think it may be a consolation. Soufal could easily keep up with those points that Son gets anyway. So I just think that Soufal's got the higher chance of, you know, getting those points in the first place. That's the only reason why I mentioned that. But
and then on to West Ham. Obviously, I think it might actually be the last week. Maybe I keep Antonio and Soufal, because obviously the fixtures change, so maybe he can go out with a nice clean sheet. But because I'm looking and I'm thinking, I don't really want to keep Antonio with his fitness, and especially against these top teams. And with Soufal, it's not looking like maybe clean sheets. So I think maybe, would you say taking like an Antonio out for a Watkins or a Bamford, for example?
Absolutely, yeah. I do like the Ings pick for against Wolves as well. That could end up being a shrewd one, where obviously a lot of people have overlooked Southampton, and understandably so. But Danny Ings is Danny Ings. He is a bit of a FPL legend. So definitely. So Antonio, taking him on, moving him on for Bamford or Watkins, sensible.
Which one would you suggest?
Well, it all depends on how you look at it. If you speak to Karma Baby, you'll just pretty much tell you that Watkins has done everything. He's just been very unlucky, whereas Bamford needs a lot of chances to get goals. I feel the better player is Watkins. I like watching Watkins and watching Bamford. Bamford has people around him that are supplying him. The same can be said for Watkins, but Watkins does a lot himself. Like, his hold at play is brilliant. His movement is good. He gets himself in the positions like we talk about for strikers and how important it is. His shot, his eye for goal is good, but he does like to hit the woodwork. But I only see... I guess I want to end this summary with just saying, I see Watkins getting better. I don't see Bamford getting better.
Yeah, so I think we've seen him in the championship and he hasn't done it. And what are you thinking about the captaincy with Fernandes? Is it a safer option?
Safety, man. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gundogan is a good chance he'll play in both of those games. They're not easy games. Tottenham, Everton. Like you said, Tottenham could end up sitting back, you know, very reluctant to go forward and try and catch on the break. And if they do, maybe they'll frustrate City. Do I see it happening? No, I still think they'll win by a couple of goals at least. But the problem with City is their goals are spread out between a lot of their players. And with Fernandes, he's on penalties. He's at the centre of everything creative. And Pogba being injured, he's going to get a lot more time on the ball. And I think that if you're going to play it safe, that's a good player to put your armband on, mate.
Yeah, because I've seen Gundogan, and I've brought Bemi in and Gundogan in, and I'm not sure whether I want to captain him. But yeah, I think I think that's all the questions I've got for now.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah,
my advice is slightly more fortunate than Steve-O's, and
yeah, definitely.
At the end of the day, we've always said that we're not a channel that pretends that we know the right things to do. No channel can do that, and no content creator do that. We're more of a, we want to engage thought processes and engage a discussion and get people talking and get people thinking. I mean, if I can talk to people and maybe start firing some synapses in the brain that weren't firing before and think, actually that makes sense. Maybe I should make that decision, by your own merit, and it's not a case of like, oh, flipping hell, Steve-O told me to do that. Why should I ever listen to Jason or Steve-O ever again? Because at the end of the day, we're not experts. No one's an expert. I mean, we're just trying to say what we feel is the best pick on paper, essentially, and what we feel the statistics show is the best pick. I mean, you watch now, Son will end up getting bloody a brace. It's going to happen.
If he does that.
And Sue Fowl will get an own goal, and you'll be like, right, that's it, unsubscribing, boom.
No. Yeah,
the
the last thing I would touch on is, would you say it's better having one of these? Because obviously I haven't got the strongest bench, so I'm quite a fan of that. I don't know if you are, because obviously you have a bit less of a headache. Like, I'm having a headache with one player, never mind 3 or 4.
Historically, I've hated having a strong bench. In fact, I've always had a fodder bench, like with one player. Well, players that will play, but they're normally 4 million, 4.5 at a push. Players that are never going to get you any points. But this season is different. This season, it's really important to have players that are not only playing, but also capable of getting you clean sheets and points. And yeah, you've got to play it like that. And I mean, your team's looking fine. I mean, what's your plans for the double game weeks coming up?
Well, I know that Leeds have got one, so that was my only thing with Bamford. Yeah. And also, but
then you've got Watkins. The doubles are coming up for Watkins. There's more games for Watkins.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's what I've seen, because obviously they missed a lot with COVID.
Yeah.
I might end up, if Ings doesn't
Mate,
start
honestly,
scoring
you might
soon.
end up. I was just about to say that you might end up having the front three of Calvert-Lewin, Watkins and Bamford. That'll be the trifecta. That'll be the trifecta, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is the front three for a lot of FPL managers going into the close of the season, mate. And
yeah, definitely.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, dude. It really is.
Yes. Have a good night. See you.
Cheers, dude. All the best. The best of luck for your game week, mate.
Will do. I won't come running to you if I get a bad rank drop.
Let us know how you get on. Give me a DM or something in the Discord.
Will do.
Cheers, mate. Look after yourself, mate. Bye. Our final caller will be Marty McFly very shortly. I just want to see what you guys are saying in the old chat. Jason's advice is better than Steve-O's advice. Don't be silly. Steve-O's advice, actually, historically, has been pretty good. Steve-O's advice, generally speaking, in the history, has been sound. I mean, he's his own victim and not following his own advice, generally. I tend to kind of just go on my gut more than Steve-O, to be honest. I love a strong bench, says John W. Problem is with that, you just don't love seeing those points sitting on your bench. Thoughts of bringing in Adam, says Stent. No. Rafinha, good. Keegan, yeah. He's a player, isn't he? Rafinha, God, what a player they've got. Madison is leaving my squad, says Dreadful. Yeah, he's already left mine. Let's bring on Marty, Brian Tavares, Marty McFly. What's up with him, mate?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jason. How are you?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. What's happening, dude?
Another week, another problem. Right.
What do you mean? How can life present problems to you, mate? You're flying so high, I can't even see you.
Well, I was, and now it's every time I check that red arrow, it's just makes.
What's your red arrow, mate? You tell me what your red arrow is, and I'll tell you what my red arrow is. All right, and then you can tell me how bad it is.
Well, I was ranked 7K, and now I'm ranked like 10K. So it's it's getting worse and worse.
What's the freaking difference? About 6 points?
I don't
It's probably about 6 points between 5K and 10k at the moment. It's pretty stupid like that. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is pretty tight, but
It's pretty tight. So I tell you what, I had a red arrow, mate, and I went down 50,000 places to 175. So how do you think I feel? Do I start moaning? No, life is good, mate. Top 10k, living it up, man. You gotta be happy. You gotta be happy.
yeah, it's just expect the best sometimes, right?
We need to do a happy dance for you, mate. We do. Do the happy dance. Do the happy dance. Come on, Marty. Let's do it. Let's do the happy dance. Do the happy dance.
You first.
No, I'm doing it. Do the happy dance. Come on, let's do the happy dance. Let's do the happy dance. Oh, I don't hear you clapping, Marty. Come on. Do the happy dance. Here we go. Come on, keep doing it. Here we go. Right, cheer up, mate. Your life is good. Life is freaking good for you, dude. You're in a very good position. You've still got players that people are looking to bring into their team. Ollie Watkins. You've still got your chips, right? Am I right in that?
Well, I use the bench boost. I have wildcard and triple captain.
Yeah.
Which I'm planning to use the triple captain on the double game week.
Right. So what is your dilemma then? Because you came on and you're saying you're not sure what to do, and you know life, your team needs sorting out. What's the situation here? So you got your team here. Right, Nick Pope, yeah, pretty much double game week, boom. Sufal, yeah, good fixture. Cancelo, Diaz, yeah, double game week, boom. Shaw, yeah, West Brom away, guaranteed clean sheet. Grealish, Brian, yeah, we all know what he can do there. Son, that's where it starts to fall down. I don't like that. Salah, yeah. Fernandez, we all armband, yeah, a sensible pick. Watkins and Antonio. So really, then it's just a case of switching Bamford in for Son, and your team's set, right? 3-4-3. Sorry, a 4-3-3. God, I can't do maths. Can't do maths.
So I have 2 free transfers here. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. But I just have a couple ideas. I don't know if you want to tell me like which one you think is better, and then if you want to just give me an idea, something else, and then hopefully I can get a green arrow.
Hang on, let me just get myself calm. Hang on, let me go meditate here. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna sit back in my chair and wait. I'm waiting for it. What are these transfers?
So first one, I'm thinking Madison and Antonio out of there, and then Gundo and Cavani. I know you were talking Cavani. I had this idea before, but you're making some good points there. Okay, and I think he's like your pot of tea. You're boiling him with the lid on, and he's just ready to go this week too. That's option 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Option 2, and this one I'm a little scared because it involves taking Salah out, but I'd bring in Sterling for Salah, captain Sterling, and then James Rodriguez, which I like James, and that's James for Madison over there.
No, the first one definitely. So Son for Gundogan, and who was the other transfer?
Antonio for Cavani.
Let me be honest right now. Wait there. I'm waiting for the FPL gods to get in touch. Hang on.
Okay.
If we all go quiet right now, we can listen to this. Just listen to what they're saying right now. I'm hearing a voice. It's coming through. It's yeah. Cavani's gonna score big, dude. Bring in Gundogan and Cavani for Son and Antonio. Do it.
Not Son. Madison.
Oh, Madison. Sorry, Madison. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Gundogan in for Madison and Cavani in for Antonio for no hit. Do it.
And then would you captain Bruno or Cavani there just for to spice things up and get into the top
mate.
5k?
Bring in the differential, hit that freaking armband on him, get yourself in the top 1k.
Over Bruno though,
mate.
Because I can see Cavani with a header.
Ride or die, mate. Ride or die. Come on, mate. You're living on the edge, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it can get worse than this, anyways. But yeah. And,
this doesn't get any better. It's only going to get better, man.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, in all seriousness, if you're going to bring in Cavani, Fernandes is a safety. He's on the penalties. He's a provider. He gets more points because he's a midfielder. I probably would captain Fernandes over Cavani. Maybe it's just the euphoria of bringing in over differential of Cavani. That's why I said that. But I would probably captain Fernandes and bring in Cavani. Yes.
Yeah, because even if Cavani scores a brace, which that's my guess, like that's still going to be big, right? And I think a lot of people are like get that 1 point from Antonio. Everybody's excited about that. But,
yeah, he gets subbed off for the 60th, not even that, the 50th minute or something. I don't know, plays or comes on in the second half. You just don't know. I'm worried. I'm not going to lie about Antonio. I don't know if he's going to play, whether or not I should switch him out. I can't. I'm not in the position you're in. I haven't got 2 free transfers. Okay, you've got the 2 free transfers. You can do something really good to your team by doing those moves. So go for it, mate. Yeah. Sit back in your chair and watch the points roll in, man, and just enjoy life.
And last question here, if you don't mind, or unless you see any other ideas. But I'm thinking Shaw, of course, starting, and then Soufal on the bench. But would you change that around? Because Sheffield United and West Brom, I don't know. Mate, like West Brom have that new striker.
Don't insult Luke Shaw on this stream. Like you cannot even dream about benching him, mate. The guy is absolute FPL gold right now, and there's so many people sieving through the gold mine, and they're just not looking at those lovely Shaw-shaped nuggets. Stick with Shaw, mate. And bench Soufal.
Thanks for the advice, Jay. And,
there you go, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully there's a green coming both our ways.
Before you go, just remember where I am in the world and where you are in the world, and where you and how you have got to where you are, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been from listening to me, all right? It's been listening to you. Okay, so go with what you feel is right, man. The fact is, you said that was the first thing you said was bringing in Gundogan and Cavani. So that must have been the first thing that you thought about this week, right?
That was my big move, yeah. I mean, I did think about Sterling, but he's a lot of money, and getting rid of Salah is, I don't know.
You've got it, mate. You've got it, dude. Trust me. You've already subconsciously made the move. You just needed confirmation bias. It's fine. And the guys in the chat, they are all saying the same thing. We've had about 20 people saying the same thing.
Well, you're the man, and I'm sure you'll be up here in the top 10k with me by the end of it. So.
You just you're making me blush, Marty. Come on now. Come on.
Okay.
Maybe
Good luck,
last game week, I might do it. Catch you later, mate. All the best, dude.
Cheers.
All the best.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was all of our callers for tonight's show. I want to say a massive thank you to each and every single one of you that spent time out of your Friday to jump in to a guy streaming in his shed talking about fantasy football. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. Nope. Massive thank you to Luke Shaw. Are you sure, Jason? Or say what? Go on and say what? Go on, Adamov, what? Thank you, guys. I will see you for the... What game am I doing again? What game? Hang on. It was the Spurs game, right? Remind me. Guys, remind me. It was a 5:30 game, wasn't it? 5:30 Man City Spurs tomorrow. Join me tomorrow for the Man City Spurs game if you are free and are available. Maybe just stick it on in the background while you do other things in your house, just to give us the extra viewer. Why not? Why not? We're all friends here, right? And if you haven't hit that like button already, please hit that like button and consider supporting us by hitting that subscribe button as well. That little notification bell will let you know when we go live. And also, guys, we've got a new role in the Discord that lets you know when we go live, called the Notification Squad, even though I hasn't properly sorted it out yet because I'm lazy. But we're going to stop pinging everyone in Discord because Discord pings are a pain in the ass, okay? So instead of going at everyone every time we go live, because that's just like 2020, right? We're now in 2021. Good things are happening. Get yourself in the Notification Squad, guys. Consider becoming a member and checking out all the Steve-O's rant videos. And I'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget, Steve-O, 7:30 in the morning tomorrow, will be previewing the Game Week 24. Bye!